Yo, it's your boy, the guy who is having just as big of a villain arc as now John Cena in the Elimination Chamber, especially when it comes to Genshin Impact. Because my god, it seems like every time a decision is made by Genshin Impact, it just gets worse and worse. But this one is kind of a little bit of a, yeah, it's really bad, but there's like one really good thing about this. I know that probably people will say a couple of good things from this banner, what being the returns of Charlotte and Wriothesley, and of course, obviously, Furina being the best character out of this set. But let's go ahead and dive in to this banner and see if this is worth your primo gems. Whatever, I don't care. Pronunciation's not a big thing for me anymore. I had somebody yelling at me on Instagram about pronouncing Furina as Furina, which I said Furina, but they said I said Furina, and I was like, shut up. That's about the best thing that I could go. But first things first, obviously you can see the room is done a little bit differently now. I'm getting it ready for the summer. It gets really hot where I live, so I'm getting ready to get the portable air conditioner ready to go. It gets really hot in this room. It faces the sun. It sucks, man. Number two, obviously, like, comment, subscribe, all that wonderful good stuff. Don't forget to check out Gamer Subs. Use code Tystra for 10% off. Y'all, we just got the pay money wubby drop, and my god, that metal cup looks absolutely insane. It's a $40 cup, but 10% off. You get $4 off, and that's great, right? Fantastic stuff coming from Gamer Subs. Always love them. Make sure you use code Tash for 10% off. But anyways, moving on. Anyways, we're here to talk about the Furina and Wriothesley banners. So let's go ahead and dive into the 4 stars first. First things first, let's talk about Mika. Now, Mika, I kind of have this weird mindset with, because I have a friend named Mika, and she hated the fact that Mika released. But I love the fact that Mika released because of the fact that I could say, hey, Mika, you're in the game. It's a very stupid joke, I know. I'm old, man. I'm gotcha grandpa, for Christ's sake. But Mika is kind of a physical booster. Really good in teams with Eula. But that's about it. Mika is a very niche character. Not really worth your time and investment, in my personal opinion. And to be honest with you, people who like Mika are a dime a dozen. Like, it's really tough to find somebody that's like, I love Mika. But either way, Mika is just not that good. Again, very niche, only really works well with Eula. Maybe a physical Chong-Li build, which we do have not Chong-Li, Chong-Yun. Sorry, I got my games confused. Maybe a physical Chong-Yun build, right? But that's it. Well, Fremine too. Fremine, I guess. You're great with the 4 stars and the hottest babe in freaking Genshin, right? That's it. But Mika's very niche. It's a thumbs down from me, dog. Unless you're going for constellations. If you're trying to max out your Mika, then do you. Who am I to tell you not to? Speaking of physical units, let's take a look at Chong-Yun. Oh my god. So for me, I have a love-hate relationship with this freaking dude. On the one hand, I hate his character, but on the other hand, I get his freaking gear. Like, I have the Chong-Yun controller for Genshin Impact because I was supporting Genshin Impact at the time, and it's still a really good controller. It still works really well. I have the other stuff that came with the freaking controller, and it's good quality stuff. But man, I hate Chong-Yun, but I love the gear that he gets. But overall, this isn't about the gear he gets, it's about him in game. And honestly, he's one of the worst 5 stars. Worst 4 stars when it comes to damage dealing in the game, in my personal opinion. I know people will probably hate me for that. That's fine. I take your hate and I don't care. Chong-Yun is just not good. If you're summoning for this banner and you're like, I'm not going for Wriothesley, I'm going for Chong-Yun, you're pretty crazy. Because Chong-Yun is just not it, dog. It's a no from me. Down. Next, let's talk about Charlotte, right? By the way, Canada Dry does these sugar-free sodas, and because I like carbonation, I really needed it. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So Charlotte here is pretty okay. Like, she's just very rare to find, right? I don't really remember much of her kit, and she's very forgettable outside of Fontaine, to be quite honest with you. But I do like her design in general. I think that she's able to heal, if I remember correctly. And she was, if I remember correctly as well, the first Cryo Catalyst character. And I'm not all mad about that. So, if you're looking for collection's sake and you haven't gotten your Charlotte, this is her first time coming back as a main part of the banner. So it's a thumbs up for that. But if you're going for kit wise, it's another thumbs down. She's not that great. Like people hype her up, but she's not that great. Like three cryo 4-stars, and then to top it all off, one of your reruns is a cryo 5-star unit known as Wriothesley. Like what is there like a certain meta that's gonna happen with cryo? Is there like a buff that's coming to cryo? Because if so, God mains rise up, including myself. Because Wriothesley here is just, in my opinion, mid. Like, to be perfectly frank with y'all, and you can be mad at me in the comments, and like, I know this video is gonna get disliked for talking crap about Wriothesley, but he's mid. He's just okay. He's not like, yeah, like okay, he's a hot prison guy, big freaking whoop. Like he's okay in that regard. But do you really look at this guy and go, man, that's my damage dealer. That's my guy. I'm gonna do so much damage now. I'm gonna beat everything because I got Wriothesley. Bro, get Nouvelette and just clear everything. It doesn't matter at this point. But yeah, Wriothesley's just mid. It is really cool to see him back after so long because I know people do like Wriothesley for his character, and that's a difference that like. I want everybody to understand this. When I do these banner reviews, I'm reviewing the banners based off of meta and if it's worth your time, right? Can you clear like Spiral Abyss with Wriothesley? Absolutely. You could probably end up clearing Spiral Abyss with a Eula team built around these 4-stars too. Not saying that you can't, but if you're looking for the best characters, the best bang for your buck, Wriothesley is not it. Okay, and I'm sorry to be the one to tell you. I'm also the one that said it for Shinhua too. So it's just how it is, right? Wriothesley gets a thumbs down. You want the best bang for your buck when it comes to 5-stars? Go for Furina. Go for her. She's literally still top of the food chain when it comes to sub DPSs and being able to give you your boosts while she's off field. She's fantastic. She's so dang good and used in so many different meta teams. I haven't, like, yeah, we have the freaking, you know, Natland meta right now, but Furina still fits in, like with Malvika. She fits in with, you know, Seatlali team, or Seatlali teams, like she's the damage dealer. But she fits in with Seatlali. She fits in with freaking Jalonin. She fits in just about every like character's team, right? Like she could be usable for a lot of people. And I just, to me, I feel like when you look at these banners, it's a no-brainer that Furina's banner is the best one, right? Like you go over here, right? If you want to pull, this might as well just be the cryo user banner, right? Like, do you want to pull a cryo unit? Do you want to pull the ice dad? Yeah, there you go. There's the cryo banner. But if you want actually a cryo hydro combination to make freeze comps, there you go. You could put Chong Yun in the front. You could put Furina as your off field. You could put Mika as a support, and then you put Charlotte as your healer. There you go. Beautiful. You got your team right there. You could actually set up a team like this. Is it great? No. But Furina's great. If Furina will transfer over to whenever you get a better team. So, in my opinion, if you're going to summon on these banners, summon for Furina. She definitely is the top of the food chain in that regard still. And that's just my opinion. But if you don't agree with it, let me know in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that wonderful good stuff. Let me know if you're going to be summoning on these banners. Once again, this is Tyser signing off. Thank you so much, and we will see you in the next video. Please take care and be safe.